Yo, what's up, peeps? Want to tell you why I am spending the month in Bucharest in February. I spent a month in Budapest in January, so I was in Hungary for a month. And now I've decided to come to Romania, Bucharest, for a number of different reasons. I've got a couple of best friends that live here. And also, what I said to myself at the beginning of the year when I left Miami Beach, when I left America, was that there was two things I was actually looking for this year. The first thing is value, okay? Value for the right price. Now, I can afford to live anywhere in the world. I can afford to live in Miami Beach, which is probably one of the most expensive places in the world right now. But instead of me getting ripped off and getting average experiences, it makes more sense for me to spend less money and have experiences that are just as good, okay? In finance, they call that arbitrage. So, arbitrage is when you find somewhere which is cheap, has beautiful women, and you can still make money from there, right? Why would you go somewhere which is expensive, has beautiful women, and you're making the same amount of money? That makes no sense. So, in finance, arbitrage without taking much risk. And so, similarly, in this situation, I'm kind of doing a bit of an arbitrage of life, whereby I can live anywhere in the world, which is handy and no financial restrictions. But I could choose to live in Dubai in the month of Feb, or I could choose to live in Bucharest. And I'm choosing Bucharest because it's great value. Give you an example. We went out on Saturday night to a place called Loft in Bucharest, which is like a pretty high end spot. And I spent like we bought a bunch of different things. It was crazy, like a bottle of gin, bunch of food, some sushi, other drinks, coffee, whatever you want. And the bill was $400 between three people, right? So that's $130 each. Now, $130 to go to the best club in Bucharest is cheap in my eyes, super cheap compared to what that would cost me in Miami. That same night in Miami would easily cost me $500 each. Would you be getting the same sort of experience? I mean, the partying in Miami is better, I would agree, but is it three times better than Bucharest? Absolutely not. So why would I spend time somewhere like Bucharest? Why would I come here for for a whole month rather than stay in Miami or go to New York or go to another big city, maybe go to London or go to Dubai? So, like I said, the first reason was I was looking for value, okay, financial value, somewhere where I wouldn't have to spend extortionate, stupid sums of money. I'd rather put that money towards my digital marketing agency, towards my videographer, towards my content. So this year I'm going very heavy on content because this is my passion. My dream is to really build my online presence. So I'm spending that money on my brand and on my business rather than in clubs, in bars, and on expensive rent in Miami. Okay, so that's one of the reasons why I'm doing so. And the second reason is to find good quality women and women with good values. So I'm struggling to find that in Miami, as you do. Miami is not really the best place in the world to go to find a wife. People go there for fun mainly, so they just go there to have a good time. They go there to just dance around and and have a great time and meet a bunch of rich men and just do a bunch of crazy shit, like orgies and big parties and nightclubs and drugs, and that's kind of the scene in Miami. So when I come somewhere like Bucharest, I'm expecting to meet good quality women, which you just do. Okay. These Eastern European girls are completely different to the Western girls, completely different. They have boundaries. They haven't slept with hundreds of different men. They are very feminine and soft and sweet and still respect men. There's a clear difference here in society between masculinity and femininity. There isn't much feminism, to be honest. You don't really see Miss Independent walking around here thinking she's the shit. Whereas in the Western world, what we're seeing is, and by the way, I'm not saying any of this is wrong or right. I'm just saying I prefer meeting women on this side of the world because they they are more feminine and they allow me to sit into my masculine and allow me to make decisions on their behalf and to just be a man. you know Sometimes I think when you're in the States and you're acting like a man, doesn't necessarily play in your favor, because the woman wants to be the man. And it's like it's just so different, the Western world versus the Eastern world. What girls are like here versus what girls are like in the West. You can actually find your wife. And I met like an amazing woman in Budapest that I'm looking forward to seeing again in March. So I'm going back there for a month. So it doesn't take very long for a Western man to come over here to the Eastern world and meet a good quality woman with good quality values. So that's why I'm on this side of the world. Let's see how it goes. First few days have gone very well. I'm shooting a bunch of different content from here. I will not be back to America for a while, to be completely honest. There are so many different reasons why you'd want to spend time and travel to these Eastern European countries. Now, a lot of people would be like, oh, why don't you just go to Thailand and go to like Cambodia and Laos? Well, it's all about where you've got friends, and I've got two very good friends here in Bucharest. So, friends are important. It's good to have that kind of community and connection. And also, I'm not so bothered about the sunshine right now. I do live in Miami. I always get good sunshine. I always have good weather in Miami. So, it's fine to just enjoy the cold for once, actually enjoying the minus temperatures in Budapest, where I was running around with my top off, as you may have seen on Instagram. So I could go through the suffering and, having cold showers and doing a cold plunge. So I got myself used to the cold weather. It's pretty much turned into spring within a day here. It's like 16 degrees Celsius or 19 degrees Celsius, in fact, I saw on the thermometer. And I was sitting outside doing some work here in Bucharest. So the weather seems to have changed. And I've realized that I don't need to get so fixated on weather. I should actually be more just open to different kind of seasons, right? So I wanted to live in an endless summer, which is the reason why I moved to Miami Beach. But instead, I don't need to live in an endless summer. I might as well just enjoy the different seasons. And I will end up back in America at one stage. I do have a green card. I am an American resident. I do pay my taxes in Florida. However, it's nice to go see different parts of the world. And the advantage of being a digital nomad like myself is that I can take advantage of different prices around the world, take advantage of culture shifts. If a culture shifts and I'm not liking it as much, if I feel like America's not safe, then I can go live elsewhere. And I think I'm lucky enough to have those options, but also, I want others to feel like they've also got those options. Don't ever feel trapped. There's so many people that feel trapped in their world, and it's, if most of you that listen to this that have an internet connection, that have a job, that have a stable income, you've got options. You're absolutely not trapped. That's one thing I've always tried to teach men and women from around the world, is that you're really not trapped with your lifestyle. You can change things. You have the ability and the powers to do so. And what happened over the weekend is I got pretty drunk on Saturday night, had a bit of a heavy one. It's funny, I had my videographer out with me, so I'm going to send that content to my editors and see what they can come up with. If I can have a nice reel of my night out. It's good having a third person perspective, someone else actually filming you rather than you doing the filming yourself. So went out on the weekend, got pretty trashed, was quite drunk actually on Saturday night. And then yesterday was having a blue pill kind of day, which is what I call it, when you do whatever you want, whenever you want. So I was eating all sorts of random food and just sort of chilling and watching Netflix documentaries with my friend. And then Monday strikes, and that's when you've got to get your shit back in order. And so none of you are ever trapped. You should, you can really justify and define what your life could look like. And that's what I prize my content on, being able to change. If I didn't think you could actually change, then I wouldn't make this content. So here I am, Eastern European vibes for the next month, and then back to Budapest in March. I'm going to enjoy Romania. The girls are beautiful. The prices are pretty cheap. I was walking around on the streets yesterday in central Bucharest, and oh my goodness, like I literally fell in love about 8 to 10 times I fell in love. It was stunning looking girls walking around with super great style. And they're not like trash bags, they're not like the thing is in Miami is you get a lot of like trashy type girls, with like big bums out, like their big titties are out and they just look trash, like tattooed from head to toe, look like they had some serious issues growing up, some daddy issues. I don't know, like those Miami girls are pretty loose, man. Like, they're probably fun. They're fun for a night out, but they're really not fun for a lifetime or fun to make your wife. So that's why I'm in this part of the world to enjoy the beautiful Eastern European girls. They're my type of girls. They're the type of girls that I like, their skin color, their vibes, their body shape. So that's good. So I'm excited about that. So I'll keep you updated as to how it goes. Time to take advantage of some arbitrage, some cheaper prices here, spending more of that money towards my actual business and content. Hope you guys had a good start to the year. Just because it's Feb, it doesn't mean we should be losing our goals. There's a massive drop-off with people who have stopped going to the gym. They went in January and then there's like a massive drop-off. That's why most people are average, because they drop off the radar. And this week I'm getting back on it. So I'm getting back on my healthy diet, my healthy food. You're going to see all of this stuff on my Instagram stories. I'm going to post a shitload of content about how to transition from a heavy weekend into a healthy, productive week, which is what I'm doing this week. So hopefully you stick around for the content. I hope you enjoyed this one. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, man.